Hello everyone on YouTube, this is Maglot once again. I thought this time that I would do a tutorial to explain why I use different colors in the brush tool rather than use the dodge and burn tool to do my images in Photoshop. I've been called out a lot on this recently, and I've done the same to other artists when I was first starting. The dodge and burn tool it's a pretty quick way to actually get your coloring going. It's easy to use. You can make pretty decent looking images with it. But if you don't understand what it actually is trying to simulate, then you won't really understand what you're doing when you're using it. Yes, you can use it to shade your images. You can pick a base color, put it down, use the dodge tool to lighten the color, or you can use the burn tool to darken it. But if you notice, when you use it, it's only going to brighten up to pure white or darken all the way down to black. It's not really going to give you a range of saturation of the base color in between. So say that you have a blue, you'll immediately go to like a sky blue and then white, and then you'll go to like a navy blue and then black when you burn it. You won't get like a increased vibrance of the blue. You can't get like a neon blue that way. You'll have to actually pick it with the brush, and this is what I was trying to point out to people. But the reason it works like this is because it's not a shading tool. It's a tool that is designed to simulate developing a photograph in a darkroom. When you are actually, and I actually know this from my friend who took photography in high school, and I asked him about it. Basically, when you are developing a picture, you have several different chemical baths that you put your photograph's paper in. You have your negative in the enlarger, and it projects the image of the picture that you took onto the paper. And when the light is there's some silver compounds in the actual photograph paper, and when you put it in this chemical, it activates it. When light hits it, it starts to turn dark, and that's how you get your image. And then once you get it to the right shade that you want, you put it in another chemical, and that fixes it in place. Well, the burn tool is actually, you can use, that's why it's in the shape of a hand on Photoshop, because you can use your hand to block out every other area of the image you don't want light touching, and just have one area have a whole lot of light focused on it. So sometimes people will actually make a cardboard, or take a piece of cardboard and cut a hole out, and then that way you can focus all the light onto this one area and make it darker, because the more light hits it, the darker it's going to get. And then the reverse is a dodge tool, and that's why it looks like this black lollipop. What it actually is a wand with a shape on the end of it. So most of the time it's a circle, but you can have any kind of different shape you want. And the more that you basically move it around the image, and wherever you're moving it, no light's touching it because it's solid. So everything else gets darker except for that area, so it's white. And that's exactly how this works. So I just wanted to kind of clarify that for people who are new to Photoshop and don't actually know what they're using. Because the tools are actually there to simulate real-world tools for developing photographs. Because you have to remember, this is Photoshop. This isn't color your fan art shop. This is designed for editing photographs, and it's used to simulate darkroom tools. That's what it actually is. And then of course the saturation tool that's on there also, you would get a sponge and dip it in the activator chemical, and that will give you more of a saturation to your color images if you have color images instead of black and white. So that's what it's for. And I didn't want anyone to think that I was being pretentious or anything and saying, well, you got to use this method because this is the right way. I'm just trying to explain why I do it that way and what these tools are actually trying to do. So I hope that helped clear some stuff up.